On the 21st of May 2026, Her Excellency the Governor appointed former Labor Minister Andrea Michaels to the office of Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of South Australia. I understand that judicial appointments are made by the Governor following approval by Cabinet and on advice of the Attorney-General. As of 2025, the Remuneration Tribunal has determined that Associate Justices of the Supreme Court earn $468,100 a year. My question to the Attorney-General therefore is, what was the selection process for the appointment of former Minister Andrea Michaels to the Supreme Court? Were other applicants considered for this position? And what level of consultation occurred with the state's judiciary in relation to the appointment?
Premier. I thank the member for his question. As the Honourable Member pointed out, there were several important appointments made to the state's courts and tribunals on the 21st of May. They included Jeff Powell SC as a Judge of the District Court, as the Honourable Member pointed out, Andrea Michaels as an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court, Naomi Kerru as the State Coroner, Thomas Burke as a Magistrate, and Ben Smith as a Commissioner of the South Australian Employment Tribunal. As the member has pointed out, the process that has been the same under every government that I can remember is the Governor proclaims these appointments after after Executive Council meets on the advice of Cabinet. Obviously, we don't go into the nature of Cabinet deliberations. I don't think there's any suggestion that any of the people I've mentioned are not suitable appointments for these offices. I think the process that has stood the test of time in South Australia has served South Australia well, and if the suggestion is that someone who's served in our Parliament ought to be excluded from a particular role in our society, that's not something I agree with. We've seen Robin Millhouse, Len King and others as very good servants on our judiciary in years gone by.
Supplementary. The Honourable Mr Sims.
Given the new Associate Justice will be paid more than $468,000 a year, doesn't the Attorney-General think the people of South Australia deserve more transparency around the selection process of such a key appointment? Isn't this more jobs for Labor mates?
I don't think that follows from the original one, but you're welcome to have a crack at it if you want.
I'm always very accommodating to the Honourable Robert Sims and the Greens. So, yeah, notwithstanding how out of order he may be here and at other times, I'm happy to answer the question. As I've said, President, I don't think having served in this chamber should rule you out from serving in other capacities, in any other capacities in South Australia, sir. And the process is the same as it's been under all governments of all persuasions that I can remember.
Supplementary. Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you, Mr President. When did discussions to do with the key appointment of the former Minister occur in Cabinet? First, when? You don't have to do deliberations, just when? Oh!
I'll move on. Mr Sims, did you have a supplementary?
Supplementary. Will the government review the process to better accord with community expectations?
Once again, I don't think that follows from the original answer.
Come on.